I'm Danica Patrick, and I'm pretty intense. Then what do we do? Like, what do you feel like is the next step then? With all this stuff in mind, and this is fake, this is real, whatever, like, how do you want to walk forward in your life, and how do you want to be remembered?
I think the biggest thing that we can do is live in the present now, because you're absolutely right. We don't know any of those answers. And so without knowing those answers, it's really hard to plan accordingly. So I think it's so much easier to focus on the things that we can control and the things that we do know rather than the things that we don't. And, you know, we can control every day in the present. And of the things that we can control in the present, some of those lend well to building the future that we want to build. So I think we all really just need to tune into ourselves and make sure that we're still connecting with other people. I think connecting with other people is so much of how we grow. And in this world that says we're more connected than ever, I think so many people out there feel less connected. 100%. And I think it's really important that we need to keep on staying connected, because it's good for our minds, it's good for our bodies, it's good for our psyche, but honestly, it's also good for, like, if automation is something that you're worried about, like, computers can't connect people. Otherwise, we'd all be feeling more connected than ever, actually, because of social media, because of algorithms, because of these things. And so, like, if you really want to stay necessary in an age of automation, like, you either have to be creative or you have to connect people.
How do you do that?
Well, my creativity manifests in a lot of different forms. I mean, of course, obviously through photos and videos that I share on Instagram and yoga sequences, but also just through creative thinking. Like, it's so easy to think about things the way that we're taught, or think about things the way that we learned them in school. And I think it's so important to be creative in the way that you think about things, and creative in the way that you view a problem. Like, maybe rather than trying to solve it the traditional way when that's really hard, you get creative and find an easier way to solve it. Like, I'm really inspired by trying to solve complex problems. And that's also, I think, a big way that I connect with people. To tie the two together is, I think that I've sort of become inadvertently a relationship coach to so many of my friends. And it's because I really like problem solving, especially when they're complicated. So they come to me with these really complex problems that they're dealing with in the present.
And we're not talking about math problems, we're talking about emotional problems.
Yeah, I'm talking about, like, life. People problems, life problems, business problems. I mean, I think so often we work harder when we could be working smarter, but it's because we're all, like, in our own narrow perspective. And so I think I'm really good at connecting people by being the person that they can come to and ask them questions to help them get out of these, like, horse blinders that they're wearing. And I think just I creatively solve problems and share that information with people, and it all sort of feeds into my creativity and helps me connect with people and helps other people connect with each other.